doing something different. And I could just see this game being super helter-skelter.
Let's give a quick preview. Citrus Bowl, Iowa versus Tennessee. Tennessee's favorite -6 total is 35.5. You had a little bit of a take care, not saying you're taking a side, but just because the game is out there. So tell us what you saw in this game where if some folks were looking to bet this game, what would you be looking at?
I actually like Iowa here. It's hard for me to trust Iowa standalone for obvious reasons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a parlay, and I'm going to throw Iowa in it. That way, if it sinks my parlay, it sinks my parlay. I'm not going to be too disappointed. And if it hits, then I'll boost it with some favorites, and they'll help me juice the odds on the parlay. And I'll give you my 4 picks right after this, so that way you kind of just know my bet. But for me, it's pretty simple, man. Tennessee's going with their young kid, right? Joe Milton's not going to play. They're going with their 5-star freshman, Nico Iamaleava. And this is just a brutal matchup. So Kirk Ferentz, everyone can laugh about Iowa's defense all they want, but this team won a ton of games despite that offense because this defense is phenomenal. They put players into the NFL. This defense has multiple draftable players, especially on the back end. The one thing I will say is Cooper DeJean, they're all-world cornerback safeties out, unlikely to play in this game, and he was their all-world player. I mean, he was their punt returner. He did everything. He had multiple pick sixes this year. So without him, it is a little different. That's why I don't like him as a standalone bet per se. I'm going to throw it in a money line bet. But I just think Nico Iamaleava, anyone that's played quarterback out there, this team, no team in college rotates coverage post-snap like Iowa and successfully does it. Most college teams can't do it because they bust coverage with communication breakdowns. Kirk Ferentz is a mastermind when it comes to coaching up corners. He's just like Bill Belichick for college. They're best friends, or really close friends, I should say. I don't know about best friends, but really close friends. Their schemes are so similar. They'll give you 15 different looks post-snap. And if you're a true freshman, just trying to get the play in, just trying to look at you already know in the headset they're going to be saying, just look at your first read, just look at your first read. Well, they're going to be taken away. They're going to act like that first read's there pre-snap. And then post-snap, that first read's not going to be there. And they're going to force Nico into doing something different. And I could just see this game being super helter-skelter. And that just plays into Iowa State's hands. I could see Tennessee having 3 or 4 turnovers. And despite Tennessee moving the ball up and down the field, Iowa being the team that scores a little bit more and actually wins the game. So I'm going to be taking Iowa in a 14 parlay with Washington. I'm going to be taking 2 underdogs there. And then I'm going to be pairing them with 2 big favorites with the 49ers and the Georgia Bulldogs. And that actually pays 8-1, believe it or not, putting the 2 underdogs together. So for me, that's just great value. I think Iowa has a real good chance to win. I think Washington Huskies have a real good chance to win. And obviously, I think the Niners, off a humiliating loss, are going to embarrass Washington. And then obviously, we spoke about what's going to happen with Georgia. So that's my bet. I'm going to do a 4-way parlay, money line parlay. That way you don't have to worry about the spread. If it loses, it loses, but 1 unit to win 8, sign me up for that.
What's